uh, all his
Hi,
pirate moves.
Alec, we good?
We are good.
Oh, okay. We're gonna
Okay.
go. We'll come back to our Lone Ranger trivia. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Chat Room Celebrity of the Week.
Oh, God.
Dr. Mom,
Hi.
how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. We're boiling out here on the island. It's in the 90s. What's it doing in the city?
About the same. You certainly have air conditioning, right?
We have air conditioning, but our dog likes to go on frequent walks to talk to his friends. So we're going out in the 90 degrees to let him go outside.
Oh, okay. The funny thing is, Fairway hates it so much that she goes out, sniffs around. As soon as she does number one and number two, she does a 180 and heads for back home to the air conditioning. So my dog doesn't like the heat. So anyway, but Dr. Mom, we know you're in the chat room a lot, but what was your first contact with Leo?
My first contact with Leo was through a man who used to run the computer lab at UConn. And I was friends with his wife, and he gave me a CD where he'd burned some Security Now shows. And that's when I started listening to Twit.
Oh, okay. So you were not with him back in the screensaver days.
Didn't have cable back then.
Didn't have cable. Okay. And why don't you tell people what you do for a living, because you have a very specialized occupation.
Well, hang on one second. My cat just jumped on my lap. I'm a physician.
She is a cat wrangler. No, go ahead.
I heard cats. I am a physician. I trained as a surgeon. I've done trauma surgery. And I now deal with patients who can't eat normally, need to be fed by tube or by vein.
Okay. So is this how do you actually do your job? Do you go into a hospital like on a schedule, or do you go in for emergencies?
Well, I go in 24/365. If I'm in New York City, I'm going in to make rounds. If I'm not in the city, I'm making rounds via my iPad to check patients' labs and such.
Oh, okay. Did you ever interview people on the iPad?
No, but
Or do
I'll
you
use
just
it. I'll use it to check labs and stuff. But for example, I went in today, saw 7 patients who were already started, got called for another patient who needed to be fed. So I went, talked to the family, got everything set up with that.
Okay, so it's only 5 o'clock. So you already saw 7 patients in person.
Right. I
And
get up about 5 o'clock in the morning.
okay.
Well, the problem is this is a very specialized solution. It has to be made in a facility that looks something like the clean room at NASA with the sticky
Oh my
tape on the
word.
floor and the bunny. So the orders have to be into this pharmacy by noon to get it done today.
I
So
see. Okay.
So there's really very little that I do in the afternoon, which is why I can be around Twit in the afternoon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
So what time
I'm
do you
up
go to bed?
There's bed. What's a bed?
Do you get any sleep?
Yeah, occasionally.
Are you more a nap person that just
Absolutely.
grabs sleep when you can?
Right now, I'm in my lazy boy, and my feet are kicked up. And probably when this is done, I will fall asleep for about 10, 20 minutes. Then I'll go make dinner. Then I'll go sit in the backyard and fall asleep.
Okay. So if you're out with Dr. Mom, be prepared at any moment she may fall asleep.
Especially
But
when
it's
I'm
not.
driving the car.
Oh, great. I'm glad we're knowing this now before I take any trips with you. Okay, so chat room, let's open up the question. Can you see the chat room, Dr.
Right.
Mom?
Okay, Alex, dinner tonight is pasta salad with hot Italian sausage, onions, peppers, parsley, olives, a few other things tossed in there.
Excellent.
Wow. Wow. See, Alex is coming from California, but I refuse to leave the island of Manhattan.
I know.
Yeah, I'll
Milk
start
the
walking
rhino. No, most of the patients are not terminally ill. They're patients who have trouble with their GI tract. They've had surgery. They've had chemotherapy, something that temporarily disrupts how they can eat. So very few of the patients are terminal.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Where are the kids and what are they doing?
My daughter just got her bachelor's in computational physics at UC San Diego. So she's now going to grad school because she wants to teach. So she's getting in the master's program to get a teacher's credential. And my son is in Indiana, which is, Leo should be happy. It's a bigger party school than Boulder. My son's at the biggest party school in the country, across the street from the biggest liquor store in Bloomington. And I finally
Okay.
convinced him being a gangster rapper is not in his future. So he's trying to work
Okay.
out what he wants to do. My cat is
And what
moving
is
my
the name of
laptop.
this? What is the name of this college that is the biggest party university?
Indiana University, University of Indiana in Bloomington.
And he's studying
Right now, he's only
majoring
in
in
the
party.
definitely majoring in party, but he's only in the second year, so it's still the general education. You have to take math, you have to take you know English comp, that kind of thing. He just wrote me that he got an A on his art history midterm, so I said this is
Oh,
good.
wow. Wow. Okay. All right.
Yes, okay. Eye doc Mark, see hair, not a lot, but I have more than
Oh,
dick now. Thanks a little
wow.
bit.
You do. Way
Getting there.
more. Way
Getting there.
more. What's your hat say?
It says deny everything. It's from the International Spy Museum in Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, Web 6643. Do you want what last time it was measured, which was in seventh grade? It was 162.
That's pretty good.
You know something? I don't believe in IQs because they test your ability to solve puzzles. I flunked foreign languages. I have no language ability whatsoever. So if you're going to say an IQ means you're smart, how come I barely speak English?
Okay. That's interesting. I don't know. Dr. Mom is out on Long Island, so it's like the equivalent of from here to California.
Well, that's
No,
just
she's not.
because you haven't gotten your passport endorsed to go to Long Island.
I know. I know. New Yorkers, the East Side is like, you think about it. Do I really want to go across that entire park to another part of the city?
Well, we have a fairways out here now, so we have civilization.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, okay, what red penguins? No stuff in the. They test people on the stuff that isn't on the test. As I said, red penguin, an IQ test is puzzle solving, and that's all it is. Doesn't test a lot of abilities.
Oh, wait. Something going by about the way I speak. English isn't a foreign language except for Dick's English. Hey, I'm from Brooklyn. What do you want?
What? Okay, say 33rd. Let's see if you're really from Brooklyn.
33rd.
No,
You
come
wanted
on.
to
What
say
happened to?
33rd? Yeah.
Of
And
course. Of
And
course.
Boyd. Yeah, the Boyds are in the park on Toity Toyd and Toyd.
Exactly.
I'm a little better than that.
Okay, Marvin.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Marvin. No, I didn't watch any fireworks because after the radiation, I'm not allowed in the sunlight. So we were invited to a barbecue down in Sheepshead Bay, but there was no place for me to get out of the sun. So we stayed home, and there weren't any fireworks near where I was.
Okay.
Doc Mark, I used to do trauma surgery. Got kind of burned out the 20th time I had to go out and tell a family that their kid had been killed by a drunk.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the origin of the name Dr. Mom.
I'm a doctor and a mother.
Simple? Okay.
Simple and straightforward to the point. Nobody else was
Okay.
using the name at the time.
Right. Okay.
Okay. I think we've got all the answers.
Cynical says, I was smart in the Navy, the top 1%, but I'm an idiot in the real world.
Red Penguin, no, that is not true at all. It depends on the kind of radiation that you get. Patient with thyroid, they may have given them radioactive iodine, which will actually come out of your system in your urine and such, which is a lot of fun when you go through the detectors at the airport because you have radiation on your clothes and stuff, and they get very crazy. In my case, nothing. Yeah,
Someone asked.
I was
going to say, someone asked if you could co-host a Twitch show. When would you co-host?
I don't know. I think for a while Leo was talking about doing a cooking type show. But, I think the problem with any of those are it's not a technology show. And you're looking at an audience that
That's
really
true.
wants to hear
Yes.
tech. And it's not, it's like you could sit there and talk about cooking gadgets or something. That might be 5 minutes once a month or even less.
Well, there's our cutaway shot to Jeff and his 4-foot. What is he building?
Some kind of a Star Wars
Star Destroyer.
Star Destroyer. Okay.
Super Star Destroyer, sorry.
I mean,
Superstar.
to me that's amazing. I had Legos like most kids did, and I think I made little houses, little square houses, and I was lucky I remembered to put in the windows. Nothing like that. I mean, that's just incredibly impressive.
Is this going to do anything? Can Jeff hear us?
Yes.
Hey, Jeff, is this going to do anything?
No, this one's for display only.
Oh, my word. Okay. All right.
He says it's art.
It's art. Oh, okay. Very good. Very good.
A fine excuse.
Certainly can be. Terry K., favorite vacation spot? Somewhere where I can lie around and read and relax, but has good internet. Brian W., I've lived on the West Coast. Grew up in California.
Tank wants to know your favorite gadget, Dr. Mom.
Ooh, favorite gadget. Does it have to be techie?
No, favorite gadget is favorite gadget.
Well, because I do needlework. There's some great gadgets you can use for knitting and crocheting and stuff, but I think that would probably bore most people half out of their minds. Right now, I think my favorite tech gadget is an iPad, even though I use an Android phone. I think the potential for walking around, don't have to carry a laptop and such with me. It's great.
Excellent. Excellent. Do you have the mini or the regular?
I've got the regular.
The regular. Okay.
And mine's a couple of generations back. I may replace it because I've dropped it a few times. It's beginning to get a little bit. Well, there's a guy on the island who will replace the screen for about a quarter the price of a new one. But this is like my excuse. It's a time to go get a new one.
Okay.
I'm not going to needle Dick, Doc Mark. I like Dick.
He likes to be a troublemaker. Oh, do you watch any doctor shows? There's an interesting question.
No, because they
From
make
Web
me
6840.
absolutely crazy with the technical mistakes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's things like
I can.
No, it's like the X-rays hung upside down, or we would never do that. Besides the fact, having lived through residencies and everything else, I know of no resident who has a 12-hour break in the middle of the day to have an affair with the chief of staff's wife. That's just totally unrealistic.
Oh, boo.
Red Penguin, I didn't even know about that show. Is it on one of the cable channels? I'm a cord cutter. That's why I've got Aereo. That's why I do, a lot of things just streaming on the internet. 3/7. It's interesting. I think it's still too geeky. And to me, with having to worry about HIPAA and such, the potential for violating patients' privacies by wearing that thing and walking into the hospital is just monumental. I think we've got a lot of ways to go before you're going to see those used. Doc Mark, yes, that's the reason they're called donor cycles.
Old Geek wants to know if there's a Dr. Husband.
Oh, there certainly is. There's a Dr. Husband, there's a Dr. Daughter, Dr. Son, Dr. Dog, Dr. Cat. My husband's an anesthesiologist.
Wow. Great.
Yes, he puts it. They don't pay him to put you to sleep. You pay him to wake you up afterwards.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, someone asked earlier, I saw it go by, what keeps you motivated since you live such a bizarre life?
To me, it's interesting. It's every day is different. Every day is a challenge. Every day I'm facing something new. Every patient is different.